What's in this closet?
Ghosts. Nerf guns.
That's right.
How you doing this morning?
Good post-Witchy Bazaar morning.
Yeah. There's always a nice, relaxing day afterwards.
Yeah.
It's just, you get to sit in the glow.
And you kind of try out and explore all of your wares that you picked up. And
you have to go through this mental list of all the cool ass like vendors and things that you saw, new people that you met. You've got a pocket full of cards full of the coolest artisans.
Absolutely. It's we got some very pleasant surprises.
Oh my god, people that was so nice
to us.
That was so nice. And didn't even have to do that, dude.
No, I know.
But we met a bunch of you guys out there.
I know. That was so fun.
That was really cool. Met a couple of you for like the second time.
Yeah.
That was cool too.
We saw one of our tank tops in the wild.
That's right. That for the first cool. time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody was there wearing our shirt. You know who you are. And we're kind of split up doing our own, looking at our individual things. And Clark kind of ran out to me and he was just like, I saw somebody in your shirt. It's like, excuse me.
Are you sure? Like, that was my first thought. Like, are you sure?
Why?
Why?
But yeah, a number of you guys had little gifties for us, and that was unexpected and so cool. And there was like somebody, we're not gonna name any names, but one of you guys gave us some snake skin. Yeah. But also like wrote about the snake that it came from.
Tremendous information.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And this is the same person who also had one of those like flip out hand fans.
Very practical all the time.
And she would just like fan us.
Yes.
And it was very welcomed.
Yes. What was your little snake? Mine was a hognose. I think you had a cobra?
Yeah, it was a cobra of some kind. I don't have it right here on me. I should.
I'm not going to lie to you this morning. I was going through all of my things, and I pulled it out, and mine is a hognose, a little snake. It's a perfect full shed, so it has its little eyes and head, everything intact, and I just put it on my finger.
I love that. Thank you for telling me that. I have the distinct feeling that several snake owners out there right now are just like nodding in agreement.
It's so cute. Its little mouth is still there, and
I've done this.
I just put it there, and I just looked at it. It felt right.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
But you're right. Snake, they're very cute. They're cute little, especially when they do come off in a full. Mm-hmm. You're just like, this little skin boy.
So along with that, we were stopped by who I really want to go do a session with. Life Light Healing Services, along with doing Reiki sessions and things like that. She makes Reiki infused tea blends, which is really, really interesting. And she very nicely gifted Charlye and me each a blend of tea of hers. The one that I wound up rolling with was a healing tea. Yours is much needed.
Yeah, it's a sleep tea to help you get to sleep, which I greatly appreciate.
Along with that, she gave us our own blend of tea inspired by WBAH.
She made a WBAH tea blend. I can't. I love how that it turned us into like 2013.
I just can't.
I can't even.
It really though. I'm drinking it right now. It's very delicious. Yeah. It looks like orange peel is in there, and I love a good orange peel in a tea.
Makes it like citrusy, bitter. Like
there's like a spice element to it. It's very earthy. It's nice. She does good things.
I need to go get me a cup of it. I had to slam a couple bottles of water.
Dude, me too. The first thing that I woke up super early this morning, I just demolished a bottle of water and immediately made a pot of tea and drank the whole pot of tea. So then we came across this beautiful booth of like hand thrown pottery with It's beautiful etch style artwork that's been done to them. And the nicest lady there. And out of the blue, she was like, "Oh, I have a gift for you two." And we promptly...
You're just like, "No, what?
What?
I can't handle it." And
I gotta say, this might have overnight become one of my most cherished objects.
It's Christy with Joy Terra, Earthen Artisan. The one with the mush mouth over here had to just try to get that out perfectly. Joy Terra, and she makes, oh my god. So first of all, these mugs that she made for us, dude. They have symbols in them and pieces of wabah just hidden. We've found more. Like,
we keep finding things.
But first of all, she put so like Macy's on the front of yours. What do you have? You have fucking...
I have Yoxin.
Yoxin.
I have like a bust of Yoxin. There are star anise pods peppered around, big crystal wands. I have a sage bundle that's smoking. There's stars in the background and the smoke is going through Yoxin's antlers. We're going to put a picture up of these.
Oh, for sure.
You can't not. And then on the back of my mug, very subtly, and mine is like a lavender rosy glaze. Mm-hmm. It's really lovely. There is very faint but elegant spiderwort wrapping all the way around the glass, which I did not notice until this morning. I saw flowers, but I saw in the light that it's spiderwort. So neat. And then on the inside, I have the earth alchemy symbol etched in the bottom. Carved into the bottom of mine, it says, "Sit down, kids." And it's absolutely the most stunning little thing. And to be drinking tea that somebody made just for us out of a mug that somebody made just for us.
With a little snakeskin on your finger the whole time
just
that you do it.
Hog nose buddy just on my finger.
And she really, I mean, the level of like customization that she put, the work that she went through.
I can't handle it.
Holy shit. On my mug, Okay, so she put like a healing hand with some herbs on it with a little coffin on the wrist.
Oh yeah, like a little tattoo.
Which I, like at the time, I remember seeing it and being like, I think I looked her in the face and just went, "Is this a fucking coffin?"
Did, yeah.
And it was very aggressive, but I was just excited. She's carved in cinnamon stick bundles.
We noticed those this morning. Yeah.
But she's also put at the bottom of the drinking vessel itself, when it's empty, you can look into it and see it. And she put the symbol for spirit in mine, which is crazy because some of these are really recent episodes.
Yeah, she must have, I don't know how she created something so incredible so fast.
Yeah. And in the bottom of mine, she said that she's like, "This is my favorite quote of yours." And it says, "Cinnamon, my boy, my Lord and Savior."
Yep.
So thank you so much for that. And again, that is Christy. And on her card, it says Christy Joy Wilson. I love a good 3-named.
I do too.
With Joy Terra. And we will definitely have all the info from, all our little goodies down in the description. I want to say description box, but that's what they say on YouTube. That's not right. Yeah. It's the show notes.
The show notes. We're a podcast.
Click subscribe. Smash that like button.
Oh, smash that like
Smash
button.
it.
And if you like what you've seen,
And we picked up from Kyler Jewelry a really dope lit piece.
I'm so fascinated with it.
It is. I wish we had it on hand so we could kind of... We're going to be putting pictures up, obviously, of all these things. But this piece, of course, everything is amazing and beyond anything I can describe in words. Because honestly, when we get into her booth, our like vernacular just completely it's just look at it. Oh my god! And we say crusty a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And meaty. And look at this meaty guy. He's crusty. Ugh.
Eventually she was just like, "I like the sounds I'm hearing from y'all," because they are just sounds. They're not words.
Which I think might have been her way of being like, "Y'all okay?
Are y'all? Is this how you really act in public?" Because it was when we just had a conversation of.
And she also let us in every time we see her. I feel like she lets us in on some insider info of
shit that's coming,
new things she'll be making. Which that little necklace she was wearing yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
When that comes out, and I don't know if we're even supposed to talk about it, but when those things come out,
I'm there.
Oh boy,
I'm literally on her doorstep.
Okay, so anyway, we did pick up the necklace from her that is going to be in our giveaway for our 1-year pod birth.
And it is a crusty boy.
It's a crusty boy. Hot boy.
Hot boy.
I just keep thinking of those like buoys.
I just Bowie.
David Bowie. Did you ever hear Avril Lavigne when she said David Bowie wrong?
No.
It was some award show, and I think it was like a big award show, and she was like, David Bowie.
Oh, shit. That's so weird. I thought of her this morning, and I don't ever waste brain power on Avril Lavigne. But I did this morning.
Listen, I listened the wheels off of that one album that she had.
I
that
never
was so
did.
Big. Are you serious?
I fucking hated her.
I did that thing where you put it in your shitty CD player that says it doesn't skip, but it does.
Yep.
And, you know, you like look out of the window when your parents are driving and you like pretend you're in a sad music video.
Mm-hmm.
That was the entire album for me.
Really?
Yeah. And then one time we were driving down maybe to y'all's place. Yeah, it was, because it was like Christmas time. We were heading down there kind of late. And Dad, you know, I guess in an attempt to connect with his like angsty teen daughter, was like, give me that CD you're listening to. We'll listen to it. And I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. So he put it in. I could tell, just my dad, the music nerd he is, was probably just like, I'm so disappointed.
I failed.
Well, he was very nice about it.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking, I don't know what brought it up. I was looking at something and I was just going through all of my things. And I read something wrong, and I read it, and it sounded like in my head like kawaii, and then all I could hear was kawaii, and I was just like,
oh, that was
oh no, that's not her. She's really dead.
That was making a mistake. Oh, she's absolutely
she's dead and been replaced. That's so my favorite theory. I love it so much.
The most compelling part of that to me, and I know, don't even try to explain it to me. Let me have my fucking theory. Is when they break down her pictures, like with like birthmarks and stuff.
Yeah,
and they draw like. Here, it's actually 3 inches away from her ear, but now it's 5 inches away from her ear, you know? And it's like, well, you know, we all get older and things drift.
Things
but
move.
But there is, it's a little creepy. Avril Lavigne Hello Kitty video is an embarrassment in any language. Oh, no.
Yeah, so anyway, that stupid-ass song crossed my mind today.
Okay, so we looked it up. Well, when Macy went to the bathroom, I pulled it up so I could surprise her with that awful beginning. And now I'm just looking online and I see that there was an article on Billboard in 2014 that says, Avril Lavigne responds to Hello Kitty criticism. She just said, and I'm guessing on Twitter, just said, racist? Question mark, LOL. That was her official response. Okay, that's how you should always combat anything.
I mean, yeah, it's a terrible thing to say, but...
And here's the thing, she's not right. But regardless of if you're right or wrong, any response you get for...
Just, me?
There was something so funny about LOL multiple times to me. LOL.
Yeah.
I'm sad now. Okay, what are we talking about today? Because we can't sit here and talk about Avril Lavigne all day.
I mean, we probably could.
We absolutely could.
We physically could.
But we can't make good podcast material.
No.
Actually, I don't know. That's arguable. I think we could. Vote now. Do you want to hear us?
Do you want us to start a podcast about the conspiracy theory that is Avril Lavigne?
Okay, listen, but a podcast about conspiracy theories in general.
Dude, I know. I know.
I mean, we kind of already have the spooky sode for those kind of things. You know what? That's a good idea to like incorporate kind of spooky conspiracy theories.
I'm all about it because some of them are fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, I could go all day.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what are we talking about?
It's going to be tricky because I feel like we both have decently serious topics today, and I'm having to will my brain in.
Okay.
But I am rolling forth with the rune Suras.
Oh.
Out of order.
Wait, I thought Suras was the name of the rune.
Suras. I decided not to go in order.
Yeah. That's a good plan.
Yeah, it seems more fun that way.
Sure.
And so I'm talking today.
Oh, you barely had it in you for that one.
about you barely. I'm talking about Jera, which is I have 2 runes that I hold like I don't want to say in high regard because that's silly, but like my most 2 special to me, I guess. Mm-hmm. And Jera is one of them. Mm-hmm. Othala is the other one, and I use them the most. And the message of Jera, I think, is really good.
What does Jera look like? If you could paint me a word picture, which one is
this.
Oh, the 2 alligators eating each other.
Yeah. Okay. And really important, powerful, what's the word?
Shit.
Shit. It's a really powerful component of our lives, but it's also really tricky. I think about Jera a lot in the things that I do, and we have drawn from the energy of Jera a lot in this podcast, and really in a lot of things that you do, and it's a good one to work with, and you'll see why. It's up there for me. It's a very good energy.
Jera. I like the name, and it also makes me think of our good friend Lyra.
I know. I always think that too. What are you talking about?
I'm going to be talking about something that I've talked about in passing a lot, and something that is very deeply personal and important to me. But it's so deeply important and personal to me that I didn't think of it as a topic.
Yeah, it's just common. It's just
something that somebody wrote us I believe it was an email. An email is the best way to get in touch with us for this kind of stuff. Lori B wrote and requested this topic. Just as soon as she requested, I was like, oh shit. And I kind of started. So today I'm going to be talking about working with ancestors, how I do it, how you can start to incorporate that into your life. And just all of that kind of stuff.
All that jazz.
All that ancestor shit. That's probably really disrespectful. I feel like my ancestors are pretty used to it.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be surprised.
Just, God.
She was doing so good.
She was... And I like to think that everyone has like a couple of ancestors that are a little hoity.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just kind of like, a lady does not use that language.
I'll let it slide.
Yeah. Like just kind of sitting in like a very high-necked Edwardian dress, sipping like tea.
Kind of a grimace.
Just being very Downton Abbey about it.
That's what I'm picturing, the matriarch. What's that actress's name?
Maggie Smith?
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
her curt
wonderful
face. I love her.
So good. Do you want to say before we go any further?
Before. I also sound like Valdo from Soulcalibur.
Oh my. Valdo is
and he would do that creepy like.
Yeah. Valdo is such a he's just really a S&M
greasy
hero.
Man. He's gross. He's so gross.
I don't know why he has to be so sexual.
I know.
I don't know why
weird.
He's just in bondage.
Yeah.
And but also moving very like hips.
But then will like bend backwards and charge at you.
Run at you with his crotch.
Yeah. It's really.
He's terrifying. He's a
very confusing character.
He is my favorite Soulcalibur character.
Yeah.
Ivy being probably tied.
Ivy is like my favorite just but fucking hard to use. Like
I always liked using her the best. I liked her little chain sword.
It was badass
that she had.
She was tricky. Like you had to do shit like just right with her. See, I whooped ass as Talum.
Yeah, you did.
I was abnormal.
I remember that. I remember being mad about it because you were at the time so much younger than I was.
It was like the one time I was better at y'all than at something, and it was glorious.
I always felt that way about Smash Brothers with you guys because y'all would play and y'all would be so good.
And Rustin still was, he always won.
he always win. And he just had not, what do you call it when you're, not a gracious winner's bone in his body.
No.
He would gloat.
No.
And I got so mad with that when y'all would play, it would just be y'all playing, and it would be me with my 99 lives just running off the side of the cliff as hard as I could.
You did do that
and I would respawn, and then I would just jump off, and I'm like, let me just get done. Let me just kill this character, because I'm not going to win anyway.
I remember you doing
that. Little shit. Or it'd just be Kirby and try to swallow everybody, just for fun.
I remember that. Yeah, you were like a smash troll.
I had 3 moves. Swallow people as Kirby. Not even know how to take the personality. I didn't know what to hit to make that happen. I'll just swallow them. Or I would do the thing where you turn into a brick on top of and just crunch people. Or I'd run off the side. Those are my moves. To this day, I can't play Smash Brothers. I could talk about Smash Brothers for a long time. All right, well, shall we begin?
Pop my neck.
Pop it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, sorry. That reminds me. I had a boyfriend once who told me that he had a dream. That he dreamed of a cow just standing in a pasture. And all of a sudden it just swung its neck real hard and broke its own neck. And that has deeply affected me in my life.
That's a strange dream.
It's a very strange dream. But anytime I see people who do the thing where they tilt their neck and they can crack their own neck by doing that, first of all, I wish I could do that because it looks like it feels great.
Do you know how hard it is to actually break a neck?
Can't you accidentally break your own neck by like trying to pop your neck?
Not easily.
Or is that like a myth?
It takes it's outrageous. It takes 300 pounds of pressure, if not more, to break a neck. It's not like a movie. It's very fucking hard.
Here's the thing. I believe that and I understand it, but get me on a chiropractor table and I pray for my life every time they do my neck.
Oh, you let them though?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I do let them because I know it's good for me. But I'm almost making my peace with God every single time.
I love it. I love it.
It's just like I could just go dark at this, like things could just wipe out and it's just done. Worm meat, man. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to really shame my ancestors today.
Wonderful.
They're going to be so ashamed of me and probably not get this across the way that I want to, but I would like to talk to you about Ancestor Work. Something, it's personally, and who, the person who wrote in the email was like, if it's too personal, I get it, but if you could just talk about how others could get started in it. But it would be kind of cool if you talked about like your own journey with it. So I was like, I can do that. Almost nothing is off the table for me.
Yeah.
So personally, I've been drawn to that kind of work and using ancestors as spirit team more so than like gods and goddesses or anything like that. I've been drawn to that for quite a long time. Even as a kid, I was really fascinated with what people had been through, even if I wasn't related to them. Just like, wow, what was it like for them back then?
And you've always been into spirit contact.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah,
and working mostly with people, spirits of people who had passed, more so than the energies of like entities or things like that, which does happen, don't get me wrong. But I'm just very into getting to know someone who has passed on, and I think it's fascinating. And it started as a curiosity. As you begin to kind of humanize your ancestors, like you said yesterday on the live stream, I believe, once you get a photo.
Oh, yeah.
Or even an object maybe that they owned, or you just really start listening and paying attention to stories that you hear from your family. Like, what did they like? Hearing something like, oh, your great grandmother always played this song. Well, go listen to that song, and think, why did they like this? Listen to the words. Like, could this convey feelings they were having at this time? Once you begin to humanize these people, it really starts something. And it starts an interest that could just lead you down, like you realize, oh, I'm really into genealogy, but I don't necessarily work with spirits. That's cool too. Whatever. I think it's always important to just kind of listen to where we come from because it leads to who we are, right? Another thing that is cool to me about ancestor work is everybody can do it. This is something that is available to every single person. Like if we're alive today, we have ancestors. And even people who don't have the best relationship with their ancestors or know that there's darkness there. We did talk about this a little bit on the live stream. And people who were adopted who don't know their ancestors at all. Everybody, you don't have to say, oh, I can't do this because I was adopted. I don't know who my grandparents were. And I don't know what part of the world I came from. Like that totally doesn't matter. You know, it's cool to know, like, oh, and especially like as Americans, I think we have this fascination with where we come from.
Yeah.
More so than I think a lot of the places in the world. I often hear, it's always, not always, but it's usually like Irish people who get really annoyed at us, especially around like goddamn St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, I'm
because so many Americans, it's so popular over here to be like, I'm Irish.
Yeah.
I'm my grandparents came from Ireland.
Yeah.
Or I'm 16% Irish, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've heard several people get annoyed and they're like, you're not fucking Irish.
You're not Irish.
You're not Irish.
Yeah.
But I think that because we're such the melting pot.
Yeah.
And because as a country and as a place, we're pretty new and
we're babies.
We're babies. And people come from all over the, you know, world. Everybody has tendrils of ancestry from all over the world here, you know, and I think that that's why people say shit like that is I'm Irish or oh, I'm Native American, you know, things like that is because you want so hard to have this identity. Like, where did I come from?
Yeah.
And it's really interesting when you do like those ancestry tests or those DNA tests and to get such a wide range of where you come from.
You get a smattering.
You get a whole, you know, it's like a dartboard that just, you just threw some shit at. And it's so cool. So I think that that's, where that comes from. However, it's not super important to know where you come from to work with ancestors, because if you get more than a handful of people back, you know, you might know your grandparents and their parents, you might know your great-great-great-grandparents, but at a certain point it stops. You do not know who these people are anymore. Unless you had in some way a super famous ancestor, then you usually don't know who these people are, or where they came from or what their lives were like. But it's energy work. It's a form of energy work. And you can feel these people who are here with you and you don't know their name. You don't know anything about them, but it's not nearly as important as you would think in a lot of ways. And especially with those who do choose to step forward and work with you, that you can feel have this ancient presence to them. And so, 'cause sometimes I can feel someone step forward and I have a pretty good idea who it is. Or I have a pretty good idea that this is someone that I have a photo of and it's recent and they just feel like a new, fresh entity. And they're also there more of the time because they have less people to go like visit and hang out with. But you can just feel that this is somebody very recent to you. But other times there's this old presence and it's ancient and it feels more like a force than an actual person. And it's very cool when they choose to step forward because you're like, out of all the fucking people, you're here with me right now. And it's very cool. We also talked about this concept of what I saw referred to online as the mighty dead, which is fascinating to me.
Really cool.
You know, it's important to note that ancestors don't have to be someone who is in your bloodline. It's what most people choose to work with. However, you can adopt ancestors of, say, oh gosh, I had a pair of friends who their grandmother was not their blood grandmother, and they called her our adoptive Nana or something like that. They had a name for her, but she was related to them in no actual way, and they visit her every week. And they were so close, and they had pictures, and she had been around their entire lives. And when she passes, or if she has already, because that was a very, very long time ago, you can't convince me that she is not stepping in and guiding them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can have ancestors that aren't necessarily in your bloodline. And this is a great option for people who are, say, adopted, or people who, you know what, they had a horrible relationship and they know at least their parents and maybe their grandparents were not good people.
Yeah.
And they say, you know what, I choose not to, I don't want to honor you, honestly. And that can sound harsh. But you do not have to honor every dead person because every dead person was not necessarily good. And I do like to think that when we go and when we pass, that we learn the errors of our way. But we as human people who are still alive, we have a lot to work through with that shit.
Yeah.
So it's important to know that you can choose also who some of your ancestors are. And the mighty dead are people who you're not blood related to, nor was it someone you knew in your own life who you're choosing to work with, but it's somebody who, like for us, it could very goddamn well be like Tolkien.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Or somebody you respect in a way and they've led your life. I want to say right now, I've never felt Mr. Tolkien stepped through. Sir Tolkien?
We're not
I don't
that
know.
important.
No way. That'd be cool though. Imagine you're sitting there and all of a sudden you're just like, he's here.
You know, I've come to the recent realization, it's Tolkien.
Is it?
I believe it is, yeah.
Listen, I will try to remember that.
I know, it's gonna be hard for me.
No promises.
Yeah.
That doesn't come naturally to a southern tongue.
Yeah, Tolkien.
Tolkien.
Yeah.
Tolkien. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. See, that's why he's not going to come visit. It's because we won't say his goddamn name.
Oh, I don't like that as much. Well, what?
He's like, excuse me, you don't get to choose.
Yeah.
That was my British accent. It can be anybody who maybe they were a master of their work or their craft. If you follow particular paths or particular forms of witchcraft or religion or anything like that, you can adopt these people on as your ancestors. Knowing who your ancestors were is pretty cool, especially if you have someone in your life like me and Macy do with our grandmother.
Who do all of the work for you.
Who does all the work, and you basically just have to go, thanks for all these really cool pictures and all this information that you've worked tirelessly for. I'm just going to reap these rewards. But yeah, we've got photos from generations and generations. We talk about Mama Minnie on this podcast a lot. Who was our grandmother, who is still alive. It was her grandmother. Mm-hmm. So she is our great grandmother. Yeah. We have a photo of her. We have a photo of her parents. And we have a photo of her mother's mother.
Yeah.
I mean, that is insanity to me. Anyway, my point is it's cool to know who these recent ancestors are. But if you don't, that's cool. Because in the long run, nobody knows so far back. And I don't think most people who work with ancestors work with just like, I'm only going to work with the 4 people who came before me.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to work with this whole team of people who all kind of come together and they want to share their knowledge with you. So it's not as important as you think. You'll get to know them in spirit, which is something that has been very cool to me. Actually feeling, if you're somebody who can feel energies really well. Feeling a presence and going, I know who this is. Mm-hmm. I don't know I don't know who you were, but I know that you're the same person who came to see me yesterday. And that's pretty fucking cool. So how do you work with your ancestors? There's a couple of things, and I think daily work with them is what they excel at. I think that sometimes when we call on, again, like angels, we're asking for something pretty big or asking for some pretty heavy protection, which I still do for my ancestors. However, your ancestors are there for your everyday kind of stuff. They want to, you want to ask them how to guide your day and how to, they'll put their input in on the choices you should make, and they'll bring you good luck. You can ask them to do that and impart their wisdom, just as they would if they were alive. It's like consulting with an older relative. You can also not necessarily really even ask anything of them. You can just spend time with them and honor them. And this is what I mostly do. I will occasionally ask for protection in ritual when I create my sacred space. That also, even that feels like a little much, but I think I do get the feeling that they're happy to do it. Yeah. And I would never ask for something that I felt like they would be like, okay. And I think it's something they would do on their own. However, the way I look at it is, if I'm in sacred space and if there's a little baddie trying to get through, or 1 or 2 little dudes trying to come fuck with me, I have thousands of badasses on my side that are just gonna be like, nah, move on.
Not this one.
Not today. Go out. Not in this house. Not in my good Christian suburbs. You can also ask your ancestors what legacies. This is a recent development that I've read, and it is so cool to me. You can also ask your ancestors what legacies and gifts they have passed on to you.
Oh, that is pretty sweet.
Which is something I never really thought about. Something that they might want you to continue in your own life. You can also ask them how you can continue their legacy and how you can best use your gifts that have been passed on to you, which can be done with divination or even just kind of gut feeling, things like that. Or if you had a great painter of a great-great-grandfather, try your hand at it. See if you're any good at it. Maybe he'll be there to kind of guide the brush.
Hey, I like that.
All right, so how to connect with your ancestors. There's a bunch of ways. I've got altar, information up first, because I think an ancestor altar is important. It's a place for you to work with spirit, and a place to make them feel welcome and to make them feel comfortable and basically kind of want to come and see you.
Yeah.
You know, think about a friend's house. If you're like super uncomfortable the whole time, you're like, I don't really want to go. I'll stop in for a few minutes, but then I'm gonna go home. And it's also a place where you can go in and meet them. And another thing I read was a place they can meet each other. The idea that like your themselves can conversate and be like, how can we best help her?
It reminds me of Mulan.
Yes, basically. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I think of that scene in relation to ancestor work. And that's exactly how I picture it. It's just kind of being sassy. We tend to think of ancestor stuff to be very mystical in their speech.
Oh, okay.
They talk, I think, as they would in their time period, or as we even do now, because they pick up on things. You know, you don't always have to think of some fancy speech to say to them. You can just talk to them like a person.
Show up and be like, "Hey, fam."
They might. What's up, fam?
What's up, fam?
Clap you on the back.
You're having a dope-lit fire day.
Yes. You've just got like a fellow kid's ancestor. It's like, what's up, fam? A dope lit fire day. Flame emoji.
Oh.
They just show up to dab on you every once in a while.
Dab on you.
Dab on you. Dab on the haters. Okay, listen, you can have an altar for your ancestors. You can make your regular everyday altar that you might already have. You can add elements of ancestor work onto it, such as photos or things they liked. I'll get into more offering type stuff later. You can also have a dedicated altar. And within that, you can have one dedicated to a specific person. So I could make an altar dedicated to, say, Mama Minnie. And maybe next to it, I have an altar to, I don't know, somebody else that I would know a little bit more about. These tend to be people that we do know or we had met in life, or even, you know, we were really close with and their passing was really hard. And it's almost, I've seen it referred to as a shrine in some places, or depending on what background you're coming from or what type of work you're doing. You can also have a separate ancestor altar that is just for like ancestors in general, which is kind of where my head is at. I have my altar, and then my ancestor altar. If you're doing more than just honoring them, if you want to actually leave them offerings, outside of having an altar dedicated to them where you sit and you do your work, visiting with them is also very important. And I say visiting like the southern way of visiting, like let's sit and visit for a while. Let's sit and visit. Chatting, hanging out, and also in a very real sense. You can go and visit the graves of your ancestors, which I think is very important because sometimes they're just hanging out there and they just haven't had anybody come and talk to them for a while. And I think of it this way. If you go to them and you leave them something that maybe they loved in life or was popular around the time that they were alive, sometimes spices and tobacco and things like that, something that they would want to get their hands on. You can go and sing to them, have lunch with them, have a little picnic in a cemetery. If you go and show them that you are receptive, if you go to them and say, hey, I want to do this kind of thing, then they're more likely to come and see you. Because if they're just hanging out in a graveyard, moping around all Morrissey like they may not know that you want to have this relationship, depending on how you view these kind of things. And it couldn't hurt to go and do it, right? And you can also, with permission, ask. You can take some graveyard dirt to use on your altar. Graveyard dirt has a lot of uses, and we're going to have to go into that one day. If you are staying at home and you want to communicate with them, singing is a great way to do that. Play some music that they may have liked. Play some music from their era that they may have liked. Even if this is like old minstrel music, just kind of walking around, play you some Gregorian chants or something.
Some big band.
Yeah, get some big old swing music or some like 18th century like fiddle music.
Yeah.
That was lit back then. Because until then, you're telling me the first time you heard a real slammin' fiddle and not in a classic violin sense.
Oh, dude.
Oh, you're jamming. You're dancing.
It's a wild time.
And today we hear it and we're like, oh, that's old fashioned. But back then, that was the Ursher of their day. Is that reference dated? Is Ursher still a thing?
Ursher.
Okay, let's see. You can also, if you work with with your family, if y'all have shared ancestors, or even friends who also do ancestor work, if you're like real open with this, make it a party. Like set food out and play music from different eras, have photos set around your house, you know, have a specific table where you put like some of the snacks just for them, and just make it a little party, dance, and, you know, bring some life to them. You can have a dumb supper, which is not just for Samhain. It's very popular around the time of Samhain. There's some different thoughts on what dumb supper means. A lot of people think it means you stay dumb.
You're mute
the whole time. Yeah, you don't speak during the meal. Other people think that it means you're holding a supper for the dumb, like for those who cannot speak.
For the silent, yeah.
And during this, you know, supper that you're having, you are very lively, and you're talking about things that have happened.
I like that better. You're like filling them in on what they've missed.
Oh yeah, and just because they can't speak doesn't mean that they're not welcome to join in. I do a small version of this every day. I try to every day anyway, or I'll kind of break off a bit of my food and or my drink, and I'll give it to them. The other day it was just a diet root beer, which I'm sure they hated.
They might have been very troubled by.
But, you know, they made it, you know, if you were a root beer lover or like a sassafras or sarsaparilla lover or something, to have a little taste of something kind of familiar might have been nice. Of course, you were appalled.
Riddled with diet taste.
Yeah. What is this horrible flavor? But most days I will actually pour a cup of black coffee.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there because
they can get behind that.
They can get behind that. A lot of people can get behind black coffee. It's something that goes way back. And also that's another one of those things, much like tobacco, it kind of permeates into this ancestral offering because it was, you know, highly prized at times. And also they probably haven't had a good cup of coffee in a long time. But I'll try to do this every day. I'll usually set it on top of a mirror just for good measure because we've talked about in the past.
I was thinking that when you said the party, I was like, it'd be kind of
neat to have little mirrors up so they can, you know, there's that, and some schools have thought a mirror reflecting the image of the food, or I just set it on top so in my mind, they can kind of pick the whole thing up. It kind of transfers it over into that realm and makes it easier for them to grasp, which I kind of dig. And I do it for good measure, whether it's how it works or not. I would hate to think that I'm putting out food and coffee and they're just like, I just can't get to it. You know, I can't quite drink it. So put it on a mirror and maybe they'll be like, thank God you're the only person who does this anymore. And then I will make special, I'll stay aware of what I need to clean up and not just leave stuff there for a long time, because that's almost disrespectful. It's just to like let your food get real gross and just like leave it there. So I'll clean it up after a while and I'll replace it with a cup of like a little bit of cool fresh water. Another way you can connect is with dream work, which is, I really want to get into dream work. I think it's very cool. Ancestors will often, without you asking them to, they'll often visit in dreams. And they may not play a main role, but sometimes they're just like an extra in the background. They're just kind of checking it out. And sometimes they do have something to say, but won't come in the form of a human. It might be like a bird or something, which just makes me think of our guided meditation. But they could show up and have something to say, but you don't necessarily look at them and say, that's Mama Minnie. Yeah. Or that's so-and-so. So sometimes they can kind of stay hidden. So you can ask them to come forth in your dreams and make a dream pillow to make it easier to connect with the other side and to deepen your dreams. A little sachet of amethyst, lavender, chamomile, and selenite. Keep it under your pillow. It'll help you connect a little bit, along with any personal effects that you may have from them. Those are really, really powerful. If you're lucky enough to have something that they had touched and had a connection to in their life. I really don't have anything like that from anyone who has passed. I have things from people who are still alive that I keep on my altar anyway, because, you know, it's important to also honor your living ancestors and not just be like, I'm not going to, if you have a good relationship with them and all that stuff, but to be like, I'm just going to ignore you until you die. Yeah. And then we'll be friends. Yeah. But you can also use herbs, roots, and crystals and things like that. First of all, you can use, there are some general herbs and crystals that you can use that are good for connecting you through time and to ancestors. But you can also kind of ask them what they like. In a moment of meditation or just a moment of silence and sacred space, you can say, what is your herb? Like, what herb can I leave out for you? And you'll start to get kind of images or something might flash, and you like rose, you know, be like, okay, someone here likes rose and you're asking for rose. Cool. Now you know to like maybe leave a little rose, a couple of rose petals or some dried rose or essential oil or something. But you can ask them things like that. And it was actually funny because as I was writing this, someone did step forward for me and they just kept showing me it, and excitedly, almost like they were like, I've been waiting to tell you this. Thank you for finally thinking about it. Deep green emerald. Oh. Almost like a natural, not like a polished emerald, a very rough emerald. Rough, just a deep, good chunk of emerald. And that is so important to somebody. But I'm seeing it almost like on a brooch, kind of, or like around the, like, you know, where you put a, what do they call those? A cameo? Yeah. It was like almost like that. Interesting. But that's how I'm seeing it. And it was so cool to just kind of sit there and be like, is somebody saying something to me right now? I hear you. All right. And you can also leave things that were popular in their time. So, or things that they would want to get their hands on. So think gold, or even today's money. If it's somebody recent, they'll recognize that. Tobacco, spices, chocolate, coffee, things like that. Things that were held, if you might have been fancy back in their time. So here's some herbs that you can work with. I've got bay, mugwort, our old friend mugwort, wormwood. When you burn it, it summons the dead. Cool. But use it outside because it's not untoxic. There's your warning. And pine, which is very interesting because pine saw, as we've talked about, started off, it has its roots in hoodoo as a floor wash. And now it's just almost unchanged from its original recipe is this commercial floor wash. And pine is just very connected to that kind of stuff. So, and don't underestimate, I know I've said it 4 times, don't underestimate that power of tobacco. If you just absolutely abhor smoking, that's cool. You don't have to smoke it. But having it is a very powerful use in connecting with ancestors. Crystals, I've got bloodstone because of its representation with bloodlines and things such as that. Anything that works with the crown, like selenite, will help you to connect. Black obsidian because of its deep history with scrying and connecting with the other side. Lapis lazuli, or the poor man's lapis lazuli, which was sodalite. And of course, our general use amethyst you can use. And I also want to say wood. Petrified wood or wooden plates or anything made of wood.
Very porous.
Yes. Think about how it grows through time, you know, a sponge for history. And I think wood is a great way to connect to things that are long since past because it was once living, and it's got this energy of, I don't know, maybe the 1920s where your great-great-grandmother was just strutting around being a badass, you know. So it will connect us to things through time. I also saw something very cool to decorate your altar with light sources to kind of bring a little bit of lightness and to bring them out from the shadows. They might kind of just be wandering around in the shadows, not really stepping forward, but this light is a nice little beacon for them to kind of call them. Here's a note from Siobhan Johnson, and there's a link to siobhanjohnson.com, and this is an article that was about offerings that you can leave for your ancestors that you do not know, people you don't know. And they said, the idea that the first gift must be absolutely perfect or the ancestor will refuse to work with you is what keeps most people stuck. This prevents us from forming relationships to the unknown spirits. No spirit that you would want to work with anyway, is going to go off in a huff because you didn't figure out their favorite food from one interaction. The best way to start is with items that they might have liked and to work from there. So
you don't gotta nail it.
You don't gotta nail it. You know, if you put out that root beer and you're like, what if they hate it? Well, you know what? They'll let you know. Let's see. Another way is to meditate. You can think about it. You can meditate on it. It's going to open the door for you. So spend some time with your eyes closed and meditate on your ancestors, what it meant to be back then. Meditate on who's around you. There's even some sweet guided ancestor meditations. There was one out there that I did that I will try to find and put in the show notes, but I did it maybe like a year ago, and it had those like heavy drum beats that's said to put you in this like trancey state. And I was shown something, and I don't get these very often. I don't have these experiences. And it was not anything close to like a projection. It was just, it was almost like a daydream, but just really vivid. I remember the colors more than I remember anything. But I was shown this vision of this like mossy tree, this beautiful tree with like a light beam in a dark forest, and there was like this moss all around the base of it, and there was this waterfall kind of off to the side, just like sweetly trickling some water. It was very gentle and almost like a kind of fangorny a little bit. Just kind of how like thick and like dark it was. And there was somebody curiously off in the tree line, not in a scary or creepy way.
My brain immediately went to the Living Dead girl.
Ew, shut up. I hate it. Okay, guys, tune in for that. That's the Spooky-sode next week, I believe. Don't even. Oh, no, you've ruined this beautiful meditation.
I'm sorry.
No. No, okay. There was somebody kind of off in the tree line, kind of almost as like I was like an animal in a cage. They were very curious about me, and so I remember being very still, like, let's be very still. Don't freak them out. You don't want them to run off. I don't claim to know like what this was about. And it could very well have been, because it was so vivid and it did stick with me, it could have very well been like just a dream. You know, I don't think it was, because the whole time there was this music going. But you know, you slip into this, like, you're like, did this happen? Kind of thing. But the thing is, the energy I felt from that person who was kind of like looking at me like, what are you doing? Why are you in the forest? I have felt that a number of times now. And I never had before. And sometimes I think that you can, when you meditate on these things, you open yourself up. You can make a connection with somebody who you weren't connected with. And now every once in a while, I will, when I'm working, when I'm saying, you know, who's here or whatever, I'll get this feeling of somebody just kind of checking me out, like looking at me. And it feels almost like maybe maybe even like caveman days. Yeah. You know, just kind of really curious, like, why am I seeing you? Who are you? It's a nice kind of childlike, comforting feeling when I feel it. You're here. I know you came back. I don't want to scare you. Don't make any quick movements. Of course, you can divine. When we're divining, that's what we're doing. We're talking to spirit. So you can make it a little more targeted and say, hey, I'm not asking everybody who wants to talk to me. I'm talking to my specific ancestors. Come to talk to me with my cards or my pendulum, however you want to divine. I saw someone say something that I thought was really beautiful regarding larger rituals, because so far this has been just quickly stop by and talk to them. But if you want to have a larger, more time-consuming rituals, you know, maybe when like the moon is right or you're feeling yourself, you can sit down, and they said, treat you and your ancestors to some of your magic. I thought that was cool. Pretty cool. Treat them to your magic. And if you don't have a space for an altar, or you need to kind of fly under the radar with this kind of stuff, or you wish to honor them in other ways, you can do that. Dedicate a special candle to them. Maybe carve something on the bottom where nobody will see it, because not many people are going to be coming into your space, picking up candles, looking at the bottom. Put a symbol that's important to you, or something you think may have been important to them. You can even just straight carve the word ancestor into the bottom. But when you burn it for them. And this was one of the first things that I did when I was starting out as a little baby witch, and I was mainly a kitchen witch back in these days. So every day, every night when I was cooking, I would light a candle on my stovetop. And I would think about, I just took a moment to be grateful for the things that I had that those who came before me didn't. You know, a stove, running water, plenty of food, a cold square that keeps food fresh. Do you know how many people would die if they saw that? And I would just say my incantation, which I'm sure was really sloppy back then. It has since evolved into what it is today, which is, I light this candle for, don't laugh at me, this is my ancestor candle incantation. I light this candle for my ancestors, the women and witches who came before me, any and only those who would do no harm, who have come to sit with me. You are not forgotten. Then I light my candle. And I thank those who have stepped forward to sit with me for a little while. And I take a moment to kind of see if I pick up on anybody's specific energy. You don't have to do this, but it's something that I've come to really like, because you note certain people who are there. And then I make a point to do something joyous after. Like I'll sing a song, or I'll hum something, or even I'll break into some casual conversation, because again, they don't talk like old people that you don't understand. You can talk to them as you would a friend. And you'll feel a little silly when you first do it, but then you can just say like, today I did such and such, and that's all you have to say. You can also then cook a meal for them if you are kind of doing things in secret. Just decide, hey, I'm cooking dinner tonight like I would any other night. Or if you're, still living at home, just say, hey, let me make dinner tonight. But what you're really doing it for is like an act of of honoring your ancestors. The whole time you're cooking, you're going to want to kind of, everything you do is for them. So sing to them, hum to them. You can talk to them if you're alone in the house, or even just project your energy, your feelings and your emotions. They'll pick up on it. Then when you have your dinner, set an extra place, even if you need to make it look like leftovers. Just kind of, I'm going to put these leftovers away, like arrange it in a little plate and sneak it back to your room and be like, this is for you. Kind of like a cat that lives under your bed. Just like, this is your food. And just let them know that they are welcome. And even if you have to do things in secret, think about it. Witches have been doing things in secret for so long. You can make it work. Chances are you might have an ancestor who had to do witchcraft in secret. So, they'll understand. How you work with your ancestors is completely and totally personal. And it's up to you. So many things say things like, there is no right or wrong, but truly when you're working like this, there is no right or wrong. You don't need any tools. You don't need anything but a willingness to accept a visit from them. And I personally think that sometimes the little voice that we hear that makes our decisions and judgment and our intuition, I think it's our ancestors whispering in our ears, at least some of the time, guiding you in a way that you may not have even realized until now. Especially if they do have that legacy that they didn't get to finish and they're trying to get you to kind of finish it and work towards this goal that they had. You might find once you start looking into who your ancestors were, you might be like, this work I've been doing my whole life, that's something that so-and-so did, but never really, it was never accomplished in their lifetime. And I like to think that they've led you on that path and you've inherited those gifts, but it's really unique. It's unique to you. It's unique to them. It's unique to the situation. And just remember to, in general, talk to them like people. They're human beings. They're stepping forward to guide you and to help you and, all good things. That's what I like about ancestors is it's pure love. It's love and they've got your back 100% and they're on your team so thoroughly, and that's what I love about it.
This is nice.
That's a little bit about ancestor work, and it's and especially for somebody like me who gets a little freaked out about what if an entity is just masquerading as a good entity, and it's like ancestor. No, you don't got to fuck with that. They're there for you. They're your fam. Dab on your ancestors.
They're dope.
They're dope lit. Yeet. Ew. Is anyone still listening? So, that was, I know that was probably pretty long. But it's a heavy one.
Yeah.
There's a lot there.
Yeah. No, I very much assumed that to not be a short topic.
And, I'm sure we'll talk about it. I'll probably keep talking about it because as I keep having experiences, I'll keep sharing them. But it's really hard to get in here and say, to do this type of work, you have to do this, you have to do that. Because it's not. These are just some ways to start off. If you're even interested in it a little bit, try it out, explore it, and then tell us what happens. If you've never had an experience and you think you feel someone step forward, let us know how that went. Over on Facebook.
No bitch on Facebook.
No bitch on Facebook. At Witch Amateur Hour. Macy.
Yes.
Tell me about Lyra.
I will tell you right now. This is a good, Jera is a rune and an energy that everybody needs to take part in.
I just kind of thought you were going to
Jera is a rune.
Sorry.
Find us on Instagram.
What if we ever have like a April 1st episode, it should just be like that.
Yeah.
There's herbs. Bye.
So Jera is the rune of harvest, and the cyclical onward march of nature.
Okay. Damn.
Jera is tied to the rhythms of nature and the land. It doesn't represent drastic, immediate change.
Okay, a slow march.
Yes.
Okay.
Jera is this unrelenting force. It doesn't stop. It is just the always ever-changing rhythms that go on around you.
Just with or without you kind of thing,
with
right?
Or without you.
Cool.
It is your choice to get on that train. And just like our ancestors, and you can think of our ancestors a lot in regards to, or just past people. Oh, you can think of them a lot when you talk about the runes, because it was way back when the runes, you know, the representations of them were very much for that time. And so with Jera, you know, you think a lot about the harvest, and just like in preparing, even if it's harvest season, it's peak summer, you know, you're harvesting, you're already preparing, knowing what land next year, you're already having to make changes or decisions every single day. You know, you keep that process going. You can't do it all overnight. You can't procrastinate it. You just keep going, and you're following the rhythms of nature. The key to Jera is small, gradual changes. Even if it's every day, you know, a small change, which is just like the subtle energies of the march of Jera. And they may seem minor. The things that you do every day, like a decision that you make every day, say a project that you want to take on or something you've always wanted to do, work towards it just a little bit every day. But the accumulation and growth of these efforts within a period of time yields huge results. That is so important. It's so important.
That is so important, because think about, like, I think everybody has little projects that they want to do. But think about when you've been stuck on something. The first thing, when you do get back into it, the first thing is probably a little easy thing. I need to go buy the thing that I need, you know, one step at a time. And if you would have just taken those little steps every day.
And not gotten flustered.
And not started to build these things up in your mind as like, I have to do it all right now. Yeah.
That's really a huge component of it. And because of that, Jera is a rune of patience. It is about patience.
Kind of like a hard lesson on patience.
It is. Like, it's about ebbing and flowing with what's around you, not time. Time is not really super relevant in regards to Jera. There are no time limits. It's tuning into, you know, when you're tuning into the energies of what's around you and not the calendar, things run a little differently. You know, you can't just tell the energy of Jera, all right, I want a promotion by December. That's not how it works, you know?
I'm thinking, for some reason, I just keep thinking of like the water making the canyon.
Yes, you know? That's exactly the same thing.
You can't be like, I need this canyon by yesterday.
Yes, you know? But you have to keep doing it. That's the thing. While it's not requesting deep, immediate, drastic, incredible change, it's asking for you to be persistent. And that's tricky, you know? It really, really is.
Because instant gratification is awesome.
Oh, yes. Jera is about the big picture. It is about the ability to see beyond the current present that you are living in and plan for what's ahead. And even if you have to forego some things in the future to plan in what's ahead, you know, even if that little change you make is a sacrifice of money. If you don't spend something that day and you decide, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to embody this energy of Jera, and I'm going to every day start saving $2, even if it's fucking minuscule. I'm going to do that. It's a big picture goal, you know, and there's not a time limit on it. You're not being like, I'm going to do it it's like, I'm just going to start doing this, and I'm going to foster this and grow this. That's what it's just about. Persistence. It's about making little changes every day that also change you, you know. It's excellent to incorporate with, like, in work, just meaning projects, just anything, emotional work, anything that you're doing in times where persistent grit and patience are needed to finish. If you're getting impatient, or you say you're not learning fast enough, so you're trying to pick up an instrument, you know, try to work with Jera and understand the meaning of Jera and be like, you know what, fuck it. You know what, if I can't learn 4 chords a day, I'm going to learn 1, you know, and then just really slowly carve your way through it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, talent and passion are excellent to have. But without the slow, unrelenting push forward every day, talent and passion are useless. They're not going to grow.
You can be passionate about some shit laying in bed. You know?
You
be
know,
like, oh God, I love this, but never make anything of it.
No, exactly. All seasons, particularly, you know, to our ancestors, required work. There was no rest day. Rarely ever.
Even in restful times, they did so much more than I feel like we do now.
They were constantly planning for the future all the time. And all of these tasks were important. While summer was for harvest, winter was steeped in preparation. Getting ready, staying alive.
Yeah.
There's always action to be taken to build for the future, always. I promise. You can find things, and there's something you can do, even if it's minuscule. But if you do it every day, it makes a difference. Yeah. Changes brought by Jera are typically permanent or very long lasting because they take a long time to manifest. It's not a fucking fad.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
You know?
Like it's not a breezy topic. Yeah. It's a long thing that you've been working on for a long time with it always in the forefront of your mind and steadily charging ahead. Usually that changes your behavior by that point if you've manifested this goal.
It's become habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking of somebody like building a house. Like, for some reason, this little development that they put up right down the street, they slapped that up so fast. And I guarantee you, like, a lot of houses now, especially, like, we know builders in the family and stuff like that, their houses are just not built the same way.
No, I will imagine the fucking 1,000-year-old castles in Europe.
Right.
That took 80 years to build, generations to build. Yeah. They're not falling.
And when a tornado comes through, they're probably going to be cool. This little development that they put down the street, it's wiped out.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. I think about instruments. I think about, and I was really thinking about this a lot with myself with yoga, because I'm really trying to learn yoga. And it takes time, especially with a lot of, I'm really strong, so strength comes easy, and the strength poses are fine. It's flexibility. That does not come easy for me, and it takes, every fucking day, if I don't do it, I start getting tight again. And so it's just like, I really thought about this because it does get discouraging. But if I just, in a year, where will I be? If I do, and it's just like the podcast, if we just stuck with it.
Give it 6 months.
What will happen?
See how you feel.
And then it's funny because we did slap a time limit on it, but we focused so much on this, we forgot about the time limit. We didn't even pay attention to it.
6 months came and went with not a whisper.
We just started rolling with it, which is what Jera is about. It's about trusting how things are going, feeling the energy of them, and not worrying about the time. It's not important. So in readings, Jera is typically a good appearance. It's a good sign often, and depending on its position, of course, saying that you're on the right track, but it either can be saying, but you're slipping and you need to remember, or you're, keep your goal in mind. Either way, it's saying this is a time of focus and of grit and persistence. But there is an end in sight and you're going the right way, but you need to keep focusing.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah. It's comforting. It's tricky because it's saying, no, you really are going to have to bust your ass severely for a long time and you're going to stay focused. But if you do, it's there. Yeah. There's no reverse for Jera. Oh. It's the way that it is. It can cycle and be up or down, and it won't change. So there's no reverse. Changes Jera predicts usually are those that require timing and planning. And not timing like a limit of achievement, but like, make your plan. Yeah. Really craft out your mission, your goal, not just be like, in a couple of years I want to do this. It's like, no, if I want to do this in a couple years, what am I going to do? And you plan it out and you utilize the times of the year and rich periods and low periods. Everything has a purpose. So it's really about that thought. It's all a master plan. Even in harvest, there's a right time to sow and there's a right time to harvest. Everything is a time. You could have the ripest, most beautiful crops in the world, but if you wait too long to harvest them, you ruined it. Yeah. So it's all about feeling and understanding what's going on around you. Whether it appears in questions about work, spiritual growth, relationships, it encourages the appreciation of the daily efforts that can get discouraging. And it really does. When you feel like you've just been chipping away
for nothing,
it gets very, very discouraging when change isn't happening as fast as you thought it would, or even if you feel like it should.
Is this ever going to happen?
Yes, it does. It gets maddening. It also allows for the clarity to look backwards. When you really meditate on the web of your life and connections that are made in order to impact your life in all of these different ways, or past things you did, like if you succeeded at something, the daily things you did to get there. Really meditate on things like that, and kind of meditate on Jera and think about what you've done and behaviors and the slow, steady rhythm of your life. There's usually a lot you can learn from that. And see the consequences of your action when you do this. You know, think about something that you picked up when you were 16 and you stuck with it for a good while and you dropped it, and think about how good you'd be now.
Oh,
and
God.
That shit hurts.
God.
But it helps you think, okay, so if what I'm doing now, if I stay with it though, I can do this.
Yeah.
And it makes it a little less discouraging. And even if you're like dragging yourself to go practice or dragging yourself to go work out or whatever, you're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's that daily, almost like penance to your cause. Yeah. Is you just give it that time, give it a part of yourself, and it will get easier.
If it's truly that important to you, give it the respect it deserves. Yeah.
It can be maddening. It really can, because it encourages you to dig down even when you feel like your efforts so far have been useless. I feel like in a reading, when you are feeling about ready to give up, and you're just done, Jera will show up. And then it's like, oh no, you're not done.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, Jesus. Like,
no, Jera, I am done.
I am done.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. So it can be maddening of the thought of you have more to do. You're not done.
It's almost like a reprimand.
It is. It's like, oh, no.
Like, give me your wrist. I'm going to slap it.
Yeah. And this can range from job hunting, which is very soul crushing. And it is in job hunting when I found Jera. And it helped me get through it a lot. I mean, even to working with ancestors or thinking about your ancestors. Think about how if they wouldn't have put their fucking work in every day, you would not be here.
Yeah, you wouldn't be here. Your mama and daddy wouldn't be here.
Nobody would be here because they decided that every day they had to plan, think, decide what they were going to do. It's fucking work. Yeah. And it's really, really interesting.
And that even at the time when they were doing it for their survival alone. Maybe also their children's. But what came from it was so much more than just them and their children. Yeah. It's a whole line. Yeah. So they put that work in long and slow. But
and this is what
something,
you get.
just as equal comes out. That's crazy.
So quitting was not an option for them. I mean, it's like it was quit and die.
Somebody just walks out, looks at their crops, and they're like, "I'm just gonna die instead." Never mind.
Yeah, not today. No, I choose death.
Just walk back inside.
That's exactly right. Like survival depended on persistence. And there were so many days when they got up and were like, it's going to be so fucking hot today. Yeah. Like, I don't want to do this.
But
I have to. Yeah. And there is pieces of that every day in our lives.
You couldn't call in sick for that kind of stuff.
No. Yeah. Oh, God.
Jesus. There's no snooze button.
There's no snooze button.
As soon as your eyes open, you just, fuck.
Another day.
God.
Hard ass work. So while for many of us the bottom tier for many of us nowadays, we're pretty fortunate where we live, especially, like Maslow's pyramid, the bottom rung's met. Most of our survival needs as a whole are met. You have shelter, you have sustenance of some sort. You're not completely starving. I mean, of course, don't get me wrong, there are still people in this country that
absolutely
are. But with modern developments of civilization, for many, those primal instincts are met. Running water, refrigeration, medicine, things like that, to where now we don't have to spend our days grunting out fighting for our actual survival. Yeah. Manning our sustenance, manipulating that, crops, livestock, things like that. So we can employ this energy of Jera to grow and improve to the higher rungs.
Mr. Kundalini.
Yeah, he's got to climb up.
I'm going to get up there.
Do his little snake journey. Understandably so, Jera is tied to the oak tree.
Oh.
Which makes a whole lot of sense.
Cool.
Through incredibly slow and steady persistence comes this massive tree. I mean, minuscule amounts of growth every single day. Absolutely, almost not even worth it amounts of growth every single day.
Completely not detectable.
Yeah, for hundreds of years. And you've become this force of strength and power and almost permanence in a way. Through that daily grind of even if nobody notices it, even if you can't fucking tell.
I wonder if oak trees are just like, you don't even know what I'm gonna be.
You don't even know what I'm doing.
Y'all wait 300 years, I'm gonna be big.
It's adorable.
or like the oak tree knows that like when we as people go visit it, it's like, oh, you're never gonna get to see me be big.
You're not gonna see me be huge.
You're gonna be long dead.
Mm-hmm. I love it. It makes sense. It's a good symbol to pair with it. You know, the strong, sturdy oak tree, which is the result of slow, steady persistence, which, like many of your goals, can be achieved with that fucking daily practice or the extra work, things like that persistence to accomplish them, and not like a goddamn bottle rocket, like a long, slow burn. You know, like it's not going to be done in a week.
Yeah.
You're not going to learn how to play guitar in a year.
Oh, no.
You're just not.
Prepared to be bored.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or angry.
Yeah.
So angry.
Frustrated. Hear yourself play the same 4 chords over and over again.
Until you want to punch a hole in the wall.
Yeah. Until one day, they kind of fit together. You're like, I could make a song. A really basic song. So think about that. When you are getting frustrated or down or thinking that maybe your pursuit's not worth it, meditate on Jera or draw Jera or do some work with the rune Jera and think about that. But what have I been doing? Have I been putting in the grind? Have I been keeping this alive, feeding this skill or goal, whatever it is? What have I really been doing and how can I start? And what do I need to do every day to do this? And just consciously think about it. And more often than not, a plan will fall out. And follow that plan. Will fall out.
It'll just fall out.
Of your head.
In front of you.
Okay.
And follow it. And it's good practice. And it is. It's very easy to get discouraged. But if you just constantly think, but where will I be? You know, what will I think of myself? Years from now.
Yeah.
If I start this and stay, I will have myself to thank for that, you know, and it's a wonderful feeling.
And it seems almost, there's a little bit of like redemption in this last little bit that you said, because it can feel daunting to think about, oh my God, I have to put in all this work over the next, 3 years if I want to learn guitar or whatever. But you can also break that down to be like, but you don't have, all you have to do is one small thing, and especially if you're working with like, sometimes like with like depression, I guess it can feel, you can get really down on yourself and be like, the only thing I did today, the only thing I did is what, the X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, you're like, how am I going to build my goals if all I did today was X, Y, and Z? But it kind of makes it a little more comforting to be like, look, all you have to do right now is X, Y, and Z. You just have to keep doing it. Yeah. So, like, it feels daunting, but at the same time, manageable.
It gives you a plan.
Yeah.
You're not just charging in blind. Yeah. Plan it all out. Understand yourself, first of all. Because one thing that I think destroys a lot of efforts is people biting off more than they can chew from the get-go. Yeah. And it really can burn you out.
Or even in the moment, knowing that you are not going to do something. Yeah. But being like, I think I could do this every day. But deep down, you're not going to fucking do that. Yeah.
Don't lie to yourself.
Don't lie to yourself.
Be honest. If you think that every day all that you're going to do is fucking 15 minutes of stretching, and you add one yoga pose every week, do that.
Yeah. Because in a year, you'll know, 52 poses.
And maybe some weeks you'll do more. Yeah. But that's your minimum. That is your minimum amount of effort, and that's your persistent rhythm. And it's all about that rhythm, that pace. And just set your pace and stay to it. And I think after a while, it becomes ritual. It becomes habit.
Yeah.
And habits are surprisingly easy to form.
Yeah. It's just, it's a mental block you got to get over first. Be like with kids, I don't want to brush my teeth, you know?
Yeah.
But make them do it. And then suddenly they're not rotting their teeth out.
And more often than not, it's not a bad experience.
Yeah.
You know, you just, when you're doing it.
You're just like, I don't want to get up from what I'm doing right now and go do this thing.
Yeah.
Do it.
Just do it.
It takes 2 minutes. Brush your teeth, kids. Sit down,
Sit down, kids. Brush your teeth.
The entirety of the show, every episode, tune in, brush your teeth the whole time.
Brush your teeth.
You'll have
bleeding gums. You will have no gums.
All teeth.
God.
Oh. That's a horrifying picture.
It seems straight out of those Scary Stories books.
Yeah. You just accidentally brush your teeth too long and then you look in the mirror.
Steel wool or something.
I hated that. I hate things on dragging on teeth.
Me too.
It creeps me out.
It's terrible.
Like when you go to the dentist and they
scratch around
that
in there.
horrible noise. Oof. I'm getting my palms are sweating.
Everything about the dentist is a horrible noise.
You know what? The only thing I truly enjoy is when they polish your teeth.
I hate that.
With the thing.
I hate it.
I don't know. I just am like, yeah, give it to me.
I hate it.
But not anything else. You know what? You don't have to work long for. Well, you do. We had to work for these reviews. How can I? Queen of segues. Macy. Take out a pot.
Great segue.
You like it?
Yeah.
Take out a pot. Put it on the stove. I gotta cook up ways that you won't get onto me.
So you just said get out a pot?
Yeah. Listen, that's for next time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's time for Beautiful Being Reviewed footage.
Great.
And this one is very appropriately named. It's called Roll That Beautiful Review Footage.
There it is.
And this is from Rhiannon, like the song.
Ooh.
Rhiannon, like the song, says, I love this podcast. It's funny and informative. And I really appreciate that random singing and screaming.
And screaming.
I feel it in my soul. Thank you. I'm glad somebody appreciates the screaming. Screaming. From now on. I think we should just ah!
Cut the cord!
That's the screaming. That's where we are. All right. What's next week? What horrifying thing do we have happening next Wednesday?
The spooky sound.
The spooky sound.
Spooky sound.
Numero 5.
5.
Now
I have Rhiannon in my head.
Like a bell through the night.
Oh, it's killing me. Just the moment you said it, my brain was just Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night. All your life you'll never see a woman taken by the wind.
Would you stay if she promised you heaven?
Yeah. Not even a question. I'm gonna tell you about merch. Merchandise. We are merchants.
We are Oh my god. I just had the strongest urge to dress up as a traveling merchant.
Get a wagon.
You and then put our shirts in it. Wouldst thou care for a witch bitch? Tunic, my lord. Ew. Does my lord count like my lady?
Probably.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
To get it on your body or in your hand or stuck to something, you can go to wbahpodcast.com or witchbitchamateurhour.com and you will see a link right up near the top that says something about going to our bazaar. And you click that and you go to our merch.
We also have an exciting development of crop tops.
Yeah!
And dad hats.
Dad hats?
Yo, dad.
Yo, dad. What's up in it?
Yo, dad. Which may or may not be up yet. We're gonna see how long that process is gonna take. But stay tuned. And I'm gonna wear that dad hat in to sleep. I'm never gonna take it off.
I could get it. I could wear a dad hat.
I love dad hats. We do have one email address where you can send us as many emails as you want, really. We always say one email, but I mean, get at us. It's wbahpodcast@gmail.com, and that is totally the best way for to get in touch with us. Our DMs get a little filled, so
they do, and they're for some reason they're harder to keep to organize through.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, emails are easier it's all in one place,
and you can tell if you've read it.
Yeah,
and then Facebook is so I get so frustrated because you have your inbox, but then you have this hidden section called your inbox request.
Oh, dude, it sucks.
And we just found a bunch of requests people had sent, and
we had no idea.
We didn't have an idea. And then sometimes scrolling through the Instagram ones, you're like, oh shit, I never wrote back. So we're not trying to be asshats, but email is totally the best way to get at us. We do have an Insta Gym. Where can you meet Mr. Jim?
You can shake Mr. Jim's hand at Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
Oh my god. Where can you tweet at us? At Bitch Hour. Fine. Awful. That's so stupid. All right. Clark does that to me so much. I hate it. And he's so good at it. All right. Our Facebook is over at
Witch Amateur Hour.
No Bitch on Facebook.
No Bitch on Facebook.
If you're interested in supporting the podcast, you can make your way over to where?
Patreon. .com /WBAH podcast.
Oh, that's it. I was waiting for another .com.
SFIN.
We have the cutest little P.O. box in Texas. That's P.O. Box 865 at Canton, Texas. No, just Canton, Texas. 7510 Trace.
That it is.
That's a 3. We still have our charity fundraiser going on for Operation Honeybee to save the bees. And we have already raised some real good cash.
I'm very, very, very excited
about it. And thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who's donated. And, like we said, if everybody in the coven gave $1, we could raise a lot of money for a really good cause. And a lot of people have come forward and generously donated more than $1.
More than $1.
So that's very exciting. So if you would like to participate in that, you can get us over at Facebook. It is pinned to the top in the announcements section, where you can also find our merch and any other important things.
And our State of the Coven.
Going on. And our State of the Coven. If y'all haven't seen that State of the Coven address, we update you on some changes. And we look real good in some blazers.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I think we're about cashed out.
Yeah, probably.
We're done.
I just remembered we have some lasagna.
Lasagna, the magnificent.
That's where I was thinking that was going to go. 1,000 years ago.
They totally had lasagna, though.
Listen, you don't know what they had.
Salami is tits. It is tits. It's tits, I'm telling you, tits.
It's titties.